Hello and welcome. Today we're going to dig into the success of what looks like a really simple product, a concealer pencil. But trust me, this is about way more than just makeup. By figuring out why this one little item became a total must-have, we can unlock the secrets to what makes any of us click that buy button. So let's jump right in. So yeah, that's the big question for today, right? How does a product go from just another option on the shelf to something that people feel like they literally can't live without? We're going to go on a little investigation here, using real customer feedback to see what takes a product from just, functional to absolutely essential. Okay, here's our game plan. We'll start with the pencil itself, then we'll get into the big problem it's supposed to solve. After that, and this is the best part, we'll hear directly from the users. That's the real evidence. We'll even uncover some pretty surprising ways people are using it. And finally, we'll tie it all together to really understand what drives that final decision to buy. All right, let's meet our subject, the Mustaive Spot Eraser Concealer Pencil. Honestly, the whole story is pretty much right there in the name. First, it's a spot eraser, which screams precision, and second, it's a pencil, which tells you it's portable and super easy to use. These two simple ideas are really the foundation for everything. But here's where it gets really interesting. Customers don't just say they like this pencil. No, they call it their 인생템. It's this fantastic Korean term that literally means a life-changing item. So we're not just talking about a favorite product here. We're talking about something that has become a non-negotiable part of their life. How does a simple pencil get that kind of status? Well, that's the mystery we're here to solve.
To really get why this pencil is so loved, we have to talk about the flip side. Why are most concealers so darn frustrating? I'm sure a lot of you know exactly what I'm talking about. You buy something with all these high hopes, and you end up facing the concealer conundrum.
And these are the big ones, the universal fears. The worry that trying to cover something up just makes it look worse, all cakey and obvious. Or the frustration when you look in the mirror at noon and your perfect cover-up has completely vanished. And the hassle of trying to do a touch-up when you're out, with messy tubes or pots. Plus, you're always wondering if it's going to feel heavy or, worse, make your skin break out. These are the real-world problems that any good concealer has to fix. So the big question is, does this pencil actually solve those problems? Instead of just taking the company's word for it, we're going to the real experts, the customers themselves. We're about to look at direct quotes from reviews, and this is the hard evidence of why this product works. This is where the story gets good. First up, the absolute biggest sin a concealer can commit, that dreaded cakey look. It is the #1 reason people just give up on a product. So how does our pencil do? And the jury is in. This one review says it all. Smooth application, sticks right to your face, and doesn't lift. See? That speaks directly to that #1 fear. It's not just sitting on top of the skin, it's becoming part of it. That texture, that adhesion, that's everything. And this quote just hammers that point home. It's not just that it sticks, it's that you can't even tell it's there. It doesn't look thick or heavy. The whole point of concealer is to look like you're not wearing any. And users are confirming, yep, this pencil nails that natural look. Okay, next up, the disappearing act. You know the one. You put it on in the morning, and by lunchtime, it's like it was never there. Staying power is a huge, huge deal. Simple, direct, and exactly what you want to hear. This user is basically saying it works and it keeps working. The coverage doesn't just look good when you first apply it, it actually lasts. That's a huge reassurance for anyone thinking about buying it. And what about just convenience? Life doesn't happen in front of a perfectly lit bathroom mirror. Most concealers, with their wands and their pots and their potential to leak everywhere, they can be a total pain to use when you're out. I love this quote because it paints such a perfect picture. This person switched because they were tired of leaky liquids, and now they find it easy enough to use on a moving bus. Think about that. It's not just portable, it's life-proof. It's clean, it's simple, it's zero hassle. Now, solving problems is critical, but there's another giant factor here. Trust. A massive number of people in the reviews said they bought this pencil because a YouTuber or a makeup artist they follow recommended it. That kind of social proof is pure gold. When an expert you trust gives it a thumbs up, or when you see that over 1/3 of the buyers are coming back for more, it makes clicking add to cart so much easier.
But hold on, the story doesn't stop there. In fact, this is where the product's value just explodes. As we were looking through the reviews, we realized customers were hiring this pencil for all sorts of jobs it wasn't even made for. They took a simple spot corrector and turned it into this amazing, versatile multi-tool. So just how far can one pencil go? While users figured out its precise tip was perfect for creating aegyo-sol, that cute little pocket under the eye that's really popular in Korean beauty trends. They were using it to carve out a super sharp eyebrow line, to clean up the edges of their lipstick, and of course, for dark circles. Suddenly, its value just multiplied, all thanks to the creativity of the users. Okay, let's bring this all together. We've seen the problem, we've seen the proof from real people, and we've seen all this incredible extra value. Now we can finally break down the formula and figure out what really pushes someone to make a purchase and call something their insane Tim. This right here, this is the secret sauce. The company sold a concealer pencil, but what customers actually bought was a precision tool. They sold a spot eraser, but what people were really buying was on-the-go confidence. They sold it as simple makeup, but it became a versatile multi-tool. The product's success comes from solving the real job the customer needed done, which often isn't what's written on the box. So what's the big lesson here? If you want to earn that purchase, you have to talk directly to your customer's biggest fears. You've got to back up your claims with real voices that people actually trust. You have to deliver on precision and convenience, not just the basic function. And you have to pay attention to all the amazing, unexpected ways your customers use your product. But most of all, you have to solve the problem behind the problem. And that leaves us with one last thing to think about. Take a look at the products you consider your life-changing items. What is the real job they're doing for you? I'll bet it's something much deeper than what's written on the label. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.